Hi, I'm Katie, and today I'm going to be making beet and goat cheese salad. It's winter time, and in winter I really like to eat roasted root vegetables, and so that's what I'm going to do to the beets today. Beets are a wonderful vegetable. They've got tons of vitamins, and there's lots of different kinds of them. They're very versatile. They store for a very long time, so if you have raw beets, you can actually keep them in the fridge for up to 3 months. Just make sure that you check on them, make sure they're not going bad, but they do last for a really long time. So there's lots of reasons to love beets. Today I just have a very traditional red beets here. You can see they're very beautiful, but they're not as fancy as some of the other beets out there. I did try and get golden beets so that they wouldn't be as messy, but I couldn't find any, so traditional red beets it is today. I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees, and now I'm just going to chop off the root part of the beets, just this long stringy bits there. Just get those off. And I've got a paper towel underneath the beets on my cutting board here too. I'm just trying to avoid a ton of mess. I know I'm gonna get a little bit messy doing this. It's just unavoidable with red beets. It's fine, just trying to limit it. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is cut off the tops of the beets. Okay, so it looks like that. I've just cut the top right off of it. And do that to each one, and I'm just gonna set these beet greens aside because I'm gonna use them in the salad later. Not all of them, but I will save all of them because I'll use them for salads later in the week as well. They're very delicious, as well as the main part of the beet, so I don't like to toss those away. I actually think that there's ways to cut the middle, or ways to cook the middle stem part too, but I haven't really investigated that at this point, but I always use the greens. Okay, so now I'm going to take my cut beets and going to put them flat side down on a piece of foil, and then just sort of wrap them up so they look kind of like that, just so that there's no openings on the bottom. And then I'm going to put them on my sheet pan, and hopefully this will make it so that when they roast in the oven the juices won't spill out everywhere, but sometimes they do anyway, and that's okay. Alright, so I've got these all wrapped up. I'm going to put them in my 400 degree oven. These beets are kind of small, so I'm going to check on them after about 30 minutes, but if you have larger beets, they usually take about 45 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. My beets are roasted, and when I got them out of the oven, I opened up the foil packets to just let them cool down a little bit so that I'm able to handle them to remove the skin. So that's what I'm going to do now. It's messy. You can wear gloves. I've done that before, but I don't feel like you have as good control over the skin. So I'm just gonna get messy. I'll wash my hands. So what you do to remove the skin here is not so much a peeling motion, although you may end up using a peeling motion. It's more of like a pressing motion. So let me see if I can show you. It's like this. Do you maybe see how, I don't know how well you can see, but I'm just kind of pressing the skin off. And there's parts where it gets a little harder and you might need to peel, but just coming off really nicely, and that's kind of how you know that they're done, is that the skins just sort of press and peel off. So I'm just going to do this for all 4 of these, and then I'm going to stick them in the fridge to just let them cool off a little bit longer. They're still slightly warm. Alright, so when I'm done, just pop them into this bowl and put them in the fridge. Okay, so the beets are in the fridge to cool a little bit longer. My hands didn't get that dirty. They washed off pretty well, but it does stain a little bit. It'll go away, it's fine. So next I'm gonna make my salad dressing. For this salad dressing, it's gonna be a balsamic vinaigrette today. You can do a lot of different salad dressings with this salad. Citrus vinaigrette is really good. Dijon vinaigrette, although I do have Dijon in my balsamic. But I'll just show you how I'm making my dressing today. I'm making more than I need for the salad so that I can use it throughout the week. So I've got 1/3 of a cup of olive oil, putting it into my salad dressing shaker. If you don't have one of these, a mason jar works just fine. You can shake it up that way. You can use a whisk in a bowl. You don't need a fancy salad dressing shaker. Okay, I've got 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinaigrette, 2 tablespoons of honey, this will just add a little sweetness to my balsamic vinaigrette. Get all that honey out of there. All right, good enough. Then I've got 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. All right, now I've got a little bit of pinch of salt in there, some fresh ground black pepper, and that's it. Really, really easy salad dressing, and it's tasty. Lasts a couple days in the fridge. All right, that's good and shaken. Looks like a beautiful balsamic vinaigrette. Lovely. Now, time to assemble the salad. Sort of forgot to mention this earlier, but I should say that I don't use measurements for this particular salad. I just kind of eye everything. So when I was picking out my beets, I just was like, this is about how many beets I feel like I want to eat today. So just sort of eye it and put in what you like. There's lots of different ways that you could make this salad. So the first thing that I'm going to put in is some of those beet greens that I saved earlier. Beet greens are pretty hearty, so I don't like a whole salad of them because it's just like a lot to chew, I guess, but a little bit of them is very, very nice in this salad, and like I said, I'll save the rest for other uses. You can cook them too if you saute them. They're lovely like that. All right, I have a little bit of just basic spring mix that I'm going to put in here. Just regular old lettuce, basically. And then, one of my very favorite things to put in a salad, I have some arugula here. So that'll just add a little bit of spicy green to my salad. A little bit more. All right, that looks like a lovely bed of mixed greens. I'm just gonna kind of toss to combine. If I've got very large leaves in here, I might tear them up a little bit. But that looks very good so far. All right, so next I've got my toppings. I'm going to put everything on here except for the beets. Those will go on last. So I'll pull them out of the fridge, cut them up, and put them on. So I guess first I'll put on my goat cheese. So this is like part of the point of this whole salad, right? I love goat cheese. I love the way that it tastes with beets. So I'm gonna liberally douse my greens with crumbled goat cheese. All right, that's probably enough. Then I have some candied pecans here. I've been making these all winter and been really enjoying not only eating them myself, but giving them as gifts. They're really easy, and I've done it a couple times now, so I can like do it in my sleep. If you want to see how I do this, you check out the Saturday show, the episode of The Great Indoors, around 13-minute mark. You can see me make my candied pecans, but you really should watch the whole thing because it's a really good show. All right. Aside over putting my candied pecans on here. Just a few, not too many. Just adds a little bit of sweetness to the salad, but I don't want it to be overbearing. Then I've got some red onion, because of course I do. I love red onion on almost all of my salads. And then I'm also gonna put some garbanzo beans in, just a little bit of extra protein to keep me going throughout the day. I'm just gonna put them all on, but you can leave those off if they're not your thing, for sure. But this is a really great start to my beet salad. I just need to finish it off by adding my beets. I'm gonna grab those out of the fridge. All right, here they are. I'm gonna get a paper towel for my cutting board. All right, because I do find that the juices like really seep into the cutting board and it can take some time to get those stains out. So pour beets on here and I'm just gonna roughly chop them. I take a little bit more off the end that had the stem on it just to make sure I've got, or the root on it, just to make sure I've got all the root off. And then I just cube them. So slice first, and again, and again, to make just little cubes of beet. Okay, so now that I'm looking at it, it looks like I have plenty of beets here without using this last little beet that I've got. I'll just save this later. I'll have a little beet and goat cheese snack or something with that. That will be good, but you can see I've got my cubed beets on top there. They're so beautiful, even though they're just a plain old red beet, not some of your fancier varieties. Still looks really pretty. I'm very excited to eat this. So I'm just going to shake up my salad dressing a little bit more one more time and pour it over my salad. All right. Oh, that looks so good. Thank you for joining me today to talk about beet and goat cheese salad. I hope that you give it a try and that you make your own spin on it and that it is tasty. Thank you for watching and keep watching AADL TV. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.